Good morning. Good morning to you all out there, you Facebookers. It's Yvonne here, Yvonne Costello, Psychic to the Stars from Abundance Lodge here in West Wicklow. And you're very, very welcome, all of you out there. We are having coffee at 11 with angel messages from heaven. And it's just something I've been prompted to do and asked to do now that I have better internet than I did have. And I was explaining all that to you yesterday. And today we are the Wednesday, the 8th of July. I've decided I will do this for a week. So yesterday was one day and up until next Monday and see how it goes. It was only supposed to be 10 minutes, but it seemed to have grown legs. And I think it was on for about 25 yesterday. Now, of course, I didn't get to you all. There were lots of questions and a lot of questions actually from gentlemen that I didn't get round to at all. So I'd like to address some of those this morning. And remember, nothing's written in stone here. I'm just giving you guidance. Of course, I don't give medical advice or legal advice to anybody, but I did tune in this morning before I come on. It just isn't, I just don't press a button and here I am. I do tune in way beforehand and call in, and sometimes it'll be a song. And today seemed to be about memories and a particular song, and that has been coming up all the time. And these are like synchronicities and messages sometimes from above and from source or spirit or whatever you like to call it. But often it used to happen to me a lot. One of the songs would have been um, Ain't No Sunshine When He's Gone. And that was one song that used to come on all of the time. But lately, and I'd say certainly for the last month or so, whether I was in the house or in the car or in a shop, the song Memories by Maroon 5 came on. And I know this is a particular song and is very relevant for the lovely Carol out there. And I remember asking her actually, did the song mean anything to her? And then I realized her son having crossed over, that was very significant for them. So just to let you know that I'm thinking of you all and wishing you well. Now, good morning. Good morning, Nick and Mary and Trish Nolan. Good morning to you all out there. And you're all very, very welcome. And we have Inga. Yes, hello, Inga. I didn't get round to you yesterday. You like the blue? Thank you. I didn't quite know what to. I never know what I'm going to wear. I color coordinate in the wardrobe, and it makes it easier to get dressed. It's like a child with a school uniform. I just go blue, pink, whatever, and boom, on it goes. So we'll see what comes up anyway today. I'm going to shuffle the cards here, but first of all, I had a John leg on yesterday and again this morning, and he was asking for a card. No particular question. Sometimes it might be a good idea if you have a question in mind, because the time is very short here and it flies. So I'm going to pick a card for you, John, and I know you're a fellow Capricorn, and this is about healing. John, this is healing yourself. And in terms of, again, a lot of changes, sometimes you take yourself a little bit too serious. To the outside world, you don't appear to be concerned or worried, but I do think you're a deep worrier, and your mother comes in very strong here with the connection there and worrying about her. She's a wonderful lady, and I know you're very close to her, but you need to do some healing in and around that and let things, go as they're meant to. You're doing the best you can, and you can't do any more from that. I would also say to you, again, needing to be a little bit more healthy in terms of your approach to yourself. I know a lot of times you're in the sky, you're up there near the angels, and you're doing a great connection there. But when you're flying like that, or people that fly, they need to ground themselves. And that's the situation. The same with people that are out at sea. They need to ground themselves. They need to get their land legs back. So that's what I'd be saying to you. That's my message. If you have anything in particular, please do ask me. Um, Now, let's see. And there's another, Michael M. was asking me a lot of Michaels to for some reason, and the angel Michael is the one that comes in very quickly. I'm often calling him in here when something goes wrong with the heating, and my daughter says to me, "What are you doing now on the floor?" And I said, "I'm trying to tap in. I'm trying to get this going so I don't have to call out a plumber. So get the airlocks out." And I discovered a little button that can do that, but you have to be patient. Anyway, in every way, the name Michael um, means he who is godlike. And all of you Michaels out there, don't get carried away with that. But it is a beautiful name. My father was Michael, grandfather, his father before him, and my son-in-law is Michael. And I love him to bits. So hello there, Michael. Anyway, what I'm going to say to you is, and this is for Michael M, first of all. And again, it's a connection about his father in spirit. And sometimes whether we get on or we don't get on with our parents or people, it doesn't necessarily mean that they won't connect. They couldn't possibly do it on planet Earth. And what I am getting is looking for a sign. And that's for you, Michael M. And the sign is, it can be in a dream, it can be in a thought, it can be things that are reoccurring. Just, you could be doing something else, you can be outdoors or doing whatever, your chores for the day, and you'll just get a flashback of a memory. It can be as a child or a young adult. And that is usually a sign, and particularly a reoccurring dream is often very significant. And, always knowing that, and this is for Michael M, that the connection is there around you. Would be very strong around you at the moment, and particularly when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and you are a gentle giant, and sometimes people just pick it up all wrong with you. You've got the strength of a lion, but you have that tenderness and gentleness that people actually love about you, and this is to be happy with yourself and where you're at the moment. Everything else shall pass, and things are going to be a lot easier. So I hope that helps you, Michael M, today. Now, we had Daddy Michael on to me, and Daddy Michael is in Dublin and Ranelagh. And Betty, who looked after both of my children, she was a wonderful lady. We used to call her Mother Hubbard because she had the children of the nation in buggies, holding them by hand, and all sorts, double buggies, you name it. She was a wonderful person. Yes, I see Betty very strongly around you, Michael. Absolutely. Yes, she is holding your hand. You're missing her smile. I see her smile. She always smiled. She never was troubled, or certainly never appeared to be. Everything was always positive. Everything was always upbeat. Unfortunately, she went too fast. It was her time. And I mean, she looked after so many people, but she is around you without a doubt, and your boys and your grandchildren. So I just want you to know that. And she wants you to, Simon is doing a very good job in looking after you and Michael, young Michael. But the thing is that she is very much around you, and she's very much around the house and the home and the grandchildren. And she's coming in. You will, I know there are times, again, you don't give the appearance that you're a bit sad or a bit overwhelmed, but she is there, and she is around you, and she wants you to know that. Okay, so I hope that's helped you today, Michael, in some way. All right. Now, Trish Fox. Oh, hello, good morning, Trish. How are you? We'll pick a card for you now, because I've a list of people here right beside me, and if I don't get to you all, I'll try and get to you tomorrow. I do look at all your comments afterwards, and I was quite actually overwhelmed and quite chuffed, because this is new to me, and technology I'm not great at. I want to get better at it, and I'm just doing the best I can. So this is what I'm going to say now, and we'll see what's going on here, Trish, for you. Higher education is coming in here, and I know you're a bright spark yourself. You've got an awful lot to give people. And where I say higher education, yes, it can be around you, but I do feel you've got the skills, the talent to help others reach their goal in terms of what you're wanting to put out there. And I feel you can go with this, and certainly there are a lot of people out there that will benefit, both male and female, in all walks of life. um, I don't know if anybody, I'm sure you have heard of the Artist's Way, and I know Trish actually teaches that. It's a very good course to do. And this is where the higher education, and it can bring you lots of actors out there, writers, producers, singers, songwriters. They've all got involved in this, and you read the book probably about 3 times, and then you get in, and you get out of your own way, basically, and you go for it. And that's what I'm saying here. So that's my message for you. Things are going to improve for you, Trish. I know you've been through a very difficult time, and I don't know if there's much more the universe can throw at you, but believe it or not, it is all to make you realize about letting go of certain things in your own life. And sometimes we forget about ourselves, as a therapist myself, and I do various types of therapy, sometimes I forget. I have the techniques, but you do forget, and you have to remind yourself, or a friend will remind you, or an exchange is always good. So that's what's coming up anyway. Now, John Legg, good morning, John Legg. I just read out a message there for you. You don't have anything in particular, so yes, I did call out. I hope you were tuned in bang on 11 o'clock. Another Michael here. Are we going to go with the other Michael? No, I don't think so. Not at the moment. Denise Nolan, you're doing a great job. Remember having a reading with you a few years ago. Oh, thank you so much, Denise. Oh, yeah, just to let you know, by the way, Freddie and Lorraine, they run Mind Body experience events. And of course, we're the last to get back to work, or to do the fairs all around the country or whatever. So what I'm going to say to you is, it's fairly recently with the events, Mind Body events, and we're on Sunday, the 12th, from 10 until 8 p.m. Now, I can do my reading still this way. There are people giving talks. I didn't actually book a talk. I might do that between this and then if there's a slot still available. So I could be on twice on Sunday, but I will be on. Anyway, tune in. There's lots of great people out there doing all sorts of workshops, all kinds of talks. And this is the way, we're trying to bring some kind of light to people out there, because there's a lot of confusion. I'm not going to go on about, C19, but a lot of confusion out there as to what to do and what not to do. And again, the fear factor is coming in. But what I'm going to say to you is, it certainly has, and I'm going to use the word again, reflection, like yesterday, it has given us time to look back on our past and see where we're going from here on in. And, some people actually don't want to go back to work at all. There are ladies out there, women out there, and there are men as well, house husbands or whatever, or single parents on either side. They're playing a double role, and you're playing a blinder, and you realize that you've had all this time and you've missed it so much with your children, because it's running and racing. When they're going to school, did you eat your breakfast? Did you wash your, where's your this? Where's your that? There's always something. Have you got your sports gear? I know from my own grandchildren. I don't know how my daughter does. She's incredible. And all you mothers out there, and fathers, you're brilliant. But the thing is that, yeah, it has given us a chance to be out with nature more. Did you notice the silence that has been out there? And you're actually, I know it sounds you're smelling the roses, but yes, it is true. And I bought several that have been battered by the torrential rain we've had, but never mind, they'll come back again. And what I'm going to say to you is, it's out there for us all. Now, Margaret, and oh, Mim, hello, Mim. Good morning to you. I hope everything went well for you yesterday. I don't want to be discussing too much of your business, but yes, I do know that certain thing is out there. Mim is wonderful. She's the funniest person, one of the funniest people I've ever met. She's a wonderful sense of humour, and everything has been a learning experience for you, Mim, and that's without a doubt. And irrespective of what's been thrown at you or you've been handed, you are You're just incredible. You know, the way you do things. And I'm going to say safe travel to you. And you do travel and you travel very well. And that's about you, Mim. So I'm the eternal optimist as far as you're concerned. I love what you're doing. I'd love you to do more. I'd love you to write more. I'd like you to be doing comedy. That's what we could all do it at the moment. One woman shows, a bit of comedy would be great. And you are the lady for it. So keep going and keep smiling. You are incredible. And you're one of the funniest people, as I say, I've ever met. And I've only been introduced to you recently. So thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. I'm kind of getting the hang of this thing, I hope. I hope I get better at it. But anyway, look, I'm doing it with a good heart. And that's the good morning, Soraya. How are you? Lovely. Now you're all very welcome again, and the new people that have joined us today are very, very welcome. These cards are doing their own thing today, I can assure you. It's like there's somebody pushing me from underneath to pop them all up in the air, which I hope is not going to happen. Dorothy Ann Ross, good morning to you. I'm going to pull a card for you. And vision. And this is about your vision becoming very clear. Um, Sometimes we see things, you know, that you're seeing things differently. So it's like after the mist has lifted, like there is here this morning, that veil has been lifted. Your vision then becomes crystal clear. So you know exactly where you're going and what you're doing from here on in. But sometimes it just takes a bit of time, you know? So you just pay attention to that in your thoughts again. But the visions that are popping up before your eyes, it's very important to tune into that and see what's happening from here on in. Helena, hello, Helena, beautiful name. I love the name Helena. Good morning to you, Helena Byrne. Hi there. Let's see what's going on for you. You see, there's no particular questions, and I'm loving all the highs and hellos. Wise decision. So whatever you've made there recently in terms of your future or forward, you were a bit on the fence, I feel, and you were uncertain. It was like you were walking a tightrope with a blindfold over a dam and you weren't quite sure of your footing. So I would say whatever it is, that is a wise decision, or whatever is coming up, you will make the right choice. So don't be too worried about that. And good morning, Josephine. Hello, my pal. Hello, Josephine. Hi, Josie. She's going to be doing some classes online. We're all online now, but Josephine, I've known for a long, long time. She's in the lovely county of Kildare, where St. Bridget's Well is, and I wish you well, Josie. Now, with who else? Do we see Phil there? Good morning, Phil. How are you? Another talented lady out there today. Well, she's not just today, she's any day. And she's a wonderful, wonderful writer. Lovely energy, uplifting. I love being around her. Wonderful, incredible lady. There's a lot of you wonderful ladies out there. Again, um, what's coming in here is it's almost like a marriage in heaven here for you, Phil. Um, Watching heaven is watching over you, so your spirit guides and your ancestors are around you, and it's okay to call them in. You know, a spirit doesn't intrude, angels won't intrude. People, our loved ones who've crossed over, will not intrude in your life. They will give you little nudges from time to time if you're up for it. But if you're not able and you're overwhelmed with grief, and some people never get over a loss like that. Other people, it gets easier. I'm not saying you'll ever forget. No, you won't. And there's Michael the archangel, and this is what I discussed earlier about Michael the archangel and he who is godlike, and he's the one that comes in very, very quickly. So anything that you're concerned or worried about, in spite of us having a great sense of humor and understanding things, it's how you are when you're on your own and how you're feeling, and knowing that sometimes it can't be all cake. You know, sometimes bread and butter or bread and jam is okay, and it's fine to reflect again and see where you're going, and just being still. I don't know about you ladies and gentlemen out there, but I find if and believe you me, I have been, my back has been to the wall quite a few times. with different aspects. I don't think there's the thing I haven't gone through, but I don't necessarily put it all out there on social media. But what I'm going to say to you is, you think, oh, how am I going to get out of this? What is the answer? And sometimes actually doing nothing. Sitting here, this is probably one of my favourite spots to sit in the sun lounge here, and it's lovely and bright. And I like it because on a clear day, I've the view of 5 counties and the Blackstairs Mountains. When the Sallies are cut down, we're nearly taking over the house and me. So, but normally, that's what I would say to you, about the clarity and things coming into you. And often it's actually right there in front of your nose. I mean, you don't see it. You're looking here, right, left, behind you, before you. And it's often right there and you just don't see it because it's almost like you've become blind and with the fog in your head or whatever. So good morning. And I'm missing some of the lines because they're going up to the granite. If I do that, can I see the name? No, I can't. Um, Lisa Marie Duffy, hello. How are you and all your babas? You're looking gorgeous. Lovely, another reader. She's a lovely lady. She's out there. Hello to you all. I'll pick a card for you. And Tom Gilligan. Hello, Tom. How are you? Great to see you all. And Debbie Reid, an ex-neighbour from Ranelagh. Um, Now, what's coming in here is mothering skills. That's maiden, mother, and crone. The 3 stages of womanhood and motherhood, and that seems to be very important there. Coming in, so this is quite relevant at this moment in time. And Trudy Doyle, a wonderful local artist here. Good morning, Trudy. How are you? I love her work, her exhibition. She's an incredible artist, and I think I have about 5 of her paintings. And when I repaint my living room, when I get round to it, which is going to be soon, because I have a little helper, Lulu, and your paintings are going back up on the wall, Trudy. And I look forward to your exhibition. I know you sell online and all of that, and that's important. And music